Everybody hates moving. It's one of those annual rites of spring that people plan for months in advance and dread.
Kevin Ross of Hamilton did not have much to plan for his move. No siree, we moved the packers and movers in the very next morning.
Ready to move? That's a common question I ask in most occasions, of course.
Uncle Vince went to Kevin's apartment to supervise the move.
By the looks of the Ricky Martin posters, the gimp mask, and the handcuffs on his bed, I'd say he was playing a different game of down the hatch.
We took everything, dishes, furniture, TV, you name it, and put it in storage. Kevin had to live in his apartment possession-free for 3 days.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Dutson of Cambridge, Ontario, is now living like a bird.
Yes, he is.
Chris Dutson of Cambridge thought he knew what he was getting into, although we're not sure if he realized that we couldn't let him out of the cage for the duration of the contest.
Yeah, we didn't want him flying around the studio and bashing into the windows.
Chris had all the comforts of today's high-tech bird cages. Seat bell, 4 varieties of peanuts, a cage-mounted water bottle, and a nice little perch. And although we're still cleaning up, man, birds are messy, Chris Dutson completed his task and qualified.
Put your neck down there. Aw, the night, birdie. You have a good night, okay? Don't eat too much seed. Night, birdie. Night.
Police out of Dave Brody. Dave is the man who will live like a fish.
Every weekday morning, Fred and I go on display in the window of our Yonge Street studio for all the world to see.
Well, when we say all the world, it's pretty well restricted to the street cleaners and a couple of cops.
It really is like living in a fishbowl, except that Fred and I leave at the end of our show, which would be pretty hard for a real fish because they would die.
We found this vacant store window at the corner of Yonge and Shooter and transformed it into a magical underwater kingdom where Ryerson student Dave Brody lived like a fish for 24 hours.
Dave was not allowed to leave his aquarium for the duration of the task, and true to form, he did in fact live like a fish, fouling the water and leaving partially eaten food on the bottom of his tank.
And just like a real aquarium, small children banged on the glass all day and night and yelled at him through the special fish-o-com.
Dave Brody lived like a fish and qualified for $25,000. That's a lot of brine shrimp. Now for this next mission, we needed a selfless, dedicated individual to reach out to the people and collect donations of a very special nature. 10 voluntary offerings of the precious male seed.
Yeah, and 23-year-old Tara Vanderploeg rose to the occasion.
Well, at least you got 10 guys to rise to the occasion and qualified. You could say they really came through for her, but why would you?
Of course, we believe that charity begins at home, so it was only fitting that one of our own, Humble and Fred show intern, Little Spanky, made the first generous donation.
There's a sticky situation.
When it comes to taking a kinky, sex-filled trip, only one place comes to mind.
Amsterdam.
Yes, but we only had enough money in our budget to send somebody to Cleveland. Hot.
Next best thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what made this voyage even more interesting for 25-year-old Erica Whitman of Pickering was that we had her take a bag full of paraphernalia through U.S. Customs without her knowing the nature of the bag's content.
Needless to say, the authorities were less than impressed with Erica's customs declaration.
Now, was there anything in that bag that could be considered illegal, or?
I suppose, depending on how you use it.
You know...
Let it not be said that Humble and Fred are above any form of shameless self-promotion.
Yes, and all the while, Howard, we support this city's budding artistic talent.
And that's why we held several Humble and Fred Really Tough contest challenges, all in the name of art, and of course, Humble and Fred.
We had 5 avid Humble and Fred listeners paint their poor excuses for vehicles with Humble and Fred propaganda.
But the pièce de résistance, so to speak, had to be 25-year-old Terry O'Brien, who painted a remarkably accurate, larger-than-life portrait of us with her bare ass.
Now I know why they call it paint by numbers, because while I'm watching her gyrate with her buttocks, I'm getting number and number as we speak. Novocaine girlfriend.
Note the delicate contours and the vibrant shapes.
Yeah, and the painting's pretty good, too.
Ah, yes, Terry is obviously a natural.
Okay, now it's done.
Most of the tasks in Humble and Fred's Really Tough contest required the contestant to give up some of their time, dignity, and in some cases control over various parts of their body.
And for handing these things over to Humble and Fred, we gave them a token of our appreciation. Some concert tickets, some walking around money, and some leftover donuts.
And a hearty handshake and a see you later. It wasn't until near the end of the contest that we actually asked a contestant to donate some of their personal property.
We asked this person to destroy their own car.
Please welcome the car wreck guy, Chris Scher, ladies and gentlemen.
What you say? You had a problem driving in here this morning?
Yeah, myself and my son left about 3 o'clock this morning. We were heading down here making good time, and I hit about McAllen and the 401, and the truck decided to lose all its coolant.
So you had to pay a towing bill to get here?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll pay your towing bill, no matter what happens. We may be heartless bastards, but the idea of you having to have a truck towed here so you can smash it to have it towed away is even too stupid for our show. Ladies and gentlemen, the car smash guy.
3, 2, 1!
You've qualified, okay?
49, 11 minutes until 6 o'clock. I think believe this are actually live from Mustang to grand finale, and just hours away from somebody winning $25,000.
My lips were chapped after that one, I'll tell you. It was pretty hairy. Literally, some of them.
We are less than 2 hours away from awarding $25,000.
Yeah, I'm like picking up men with it and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I've seen her ass.
Oh yeah.
This is the most difficult part. Have you not been able to pick your nose?
No, I couldn't. It's really awful.
No, I know.
I can't, you know, when I'm afraid though when I take this out, the stuff's gonna run out the top.
So what happens after this morning? Does it stay in the nose ring?
Are you kidding? No, where's that damn Gary? I'm waiting for him.
She wants that thing off.
I want that thing off right now.
I'm eating some wings, looking like a slob. Chilling, hoping I win the 25 grand.
You know, I'd like to say, I know there's only one winner and there's no losers, but you know, really there is only one winner and everyone else loses.
28 losers in this room right now.
But that's fine, that fits in with our program.
It's all about the hopes. All about hopes.
Without further ado, let's spin it up. Here we go. We're about to announce the name of someone who's going to win all the money in Humble and Fred's Really Tough Contest. All right, Fred. All the spinning is making me nauseous.
Open, okay.
Okay, we're going to open the seal.
Those are the official seals from the Canadian government.
And we'll put your hand in there, and Fred, pull out a name.
Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the name of somebody who's going to win $25,000. And our winner is Rob Balone, the Ass Kisser! Ladies and gentlemen, the king, the crowned prince of the Really Tough Contest, ass-kissing guy. Wow. Thank you. This is awesome. The ass-kissing is done. Wait a second, we're giving you 25 grand. Not even a little ass grab for the fellas.
Well, okay, where's my wife?
Well, here it is, Rob. Congratulations. Here's $25,000.
Man, what a morning that was.
Amazing, eh?
Right, it started at 5 o'clock. We knew it was going to be busy, but I mean, that was crazy. Not only did all the contestants show up, but a lot of our listeners. And I'm sort of sad it's over now.
Well, you know, when we actually gave Rob Balone the money, I tell you, I had a little, like, I was getting, like, all, like, gave me giggly inside.
No, exactly. But that's a lot of money.
It is.
Especially, you know, again, he said that, you know, they're both just starting out, him and his wife, and
They really have never had a savings account. Now they do. That's a big thing in somebody's life.
We had all those people do all those missions, and one of the things that kept coming up is people say, oh, you know, I could do that, or I could eat the wings, or I could live like a fish. So I guess there's really only one thing for us to do.
I know what you're thinking, and I think we've pretty well got to do it.
Coming in September, Humble and Fred's Even Tougher Contest.